for politics as well as for recreation. Yesterday I saw Waziri in Bunge answering questions in the Senate, a place I love going. And it's my favorite place. And while he was answering those questions, I heard him saying that it can never be used again for political rallies. Even if we agree, Waziri, that now is the role of the county. The park belongs to the county government, to the people of Nairobi. It is us who will decide what it will be used for. Of course, we understand, some activities, if you bring to the park, these benches, zitaenda, vitu zingine zitavunjika, and we'll be very careful with what it is. But when tukiguswa na roho tuseme tunataka crusade, we can do a crusade. If we decide to do prayers, we can do a prayers. My good friend Waziri has been leader of majority. Now, anaelewa katiba kabisa, anajua national function na county function. But on that one, I am with you. There are certain things that we would not want to see happening, but all of that is a decision of the county government. I think from today, once this is handed over, all operations of Uhuru Park, every activity within the park is back to the county government of Nairobi, because there is no transfer of functions. It is all back to the people of the city. What we have over the next 9 months that we want to sign is a technical, because there's still works of around how much, I think $500 million that we've seen that need to be concluded. We want, and that work will be financed mainly by the county government. We want to do a dancing fountain, 156 million shillings. We want to conclude the irrigation system. That one, of course, so there's some works the military will still continue doing at Central Park and here. And the military is a great resource for the people of Kenya. I really want to thank the Defense Forces through the CS, Adan Duale. We have seen great professionalism in issues where the military is involved. We've seen adherence to timelines. We've seen, a lot of integrity. In other areas, we've even asked, to partner. For instance, in our central garage, we have a number of officers that we still work with, led by Major Mbuvi, and we're so grateful because of what we've been able to do. Just last month, I was able to flag off another 80 vehicles, trucks, a compactor. We have one compactor that does the work of 8 dozers in Dandora dam site. All of that was done by personnel from the military working with our people. So that partnership continues. The military is a resource for the people of Kenya at the national level and at the county level. But the management of Uhuru Park and Central Park is squarely by the county government of Nairobi. We will still come to you, as you have said, that you are available for us, where we need support, where we need some technical assistance. The contractors who did a lot of this work had a contract with yourselves. They have no contract with us. So if we need them, we have a defects liability period. If we need them to fix something, hawakutengeneza mzuri, bado tunarudi kwenu. Mwambie hii hapa hakufanya mzuri, atengeneze, so that we can move forward. So I hope we have clarity there. To the people of Nairobi, this park was made for you. It is upon you to take care of it. We ask you to hand it over to the next generation by observing park rules. And the park rules have been put at the gates. We have a management system at the gates. When you come in, initially the plan was for people to pay for use of Uhuru Park. But because of that history, when you're in university, because of the air bagger, if you can't afford lunch, you can't afford to pay for the park. Uhuru Park will be accessible to the people of Nairobi for free, and it is not even free. They pay for it by their taxes, so they have been paying for it. Anybody can access this park. It is a people's park. When you come at the gate, we'll have a management system, which we have. Already it is at these 2 gates, gate D and gate, I think that is gate A, where you have your identification. Unatoa ID yako, tujue wewe ni nani, tunaeka CCTV hapa. People of Nairobi, let us take care of this park. Let us make sure we cannot allow vandalism. There are sections of Central Park that will be charged because of the exclusive uses. For instance, there's a very beautiful Nyatiti feature for weddings, and you can agree how much it is per month. We shall bring that to the finance bill in the assembly. For counties, anything that we charge must go through the finance bill that we shall bring to the assembly, so that wananchi can also use those secluded places or exclusive places. We're going to partner with this private sector to actually adopt certain areas, that they can use to help us. Because this park belongs to all of us as the people of Nairobi. And the people of Kenya, it's not just for Nairobians. It is for the people of Kenya, If you look at the work that has been done, it is for Kenyans. And anyone who has come for the first time to Nairobi, I've been told by those who came for the first time, one of the places they came to was the park. And then those who came later was KICC. Kupiga picha hivi. Now you can take that photo from here with KICC. It's part of that heritage of our city. Waziri, we're investing in many more green spaces across the county of Nairobi. We shall create more in various neighborhoods. We want recreational facilities in our neighborhoods. We want green spaces. We are going to put here equipment, gym equipment that doesn't need electricity. If you go to Oswald Center, you will find elderly people every morning, on those machines, on those bikes, on those equipment for them to work out. We will have those here, so that anyone can come and work out. We're already partnering with Red Bull to put up 2 basketball courts down on that side. And we want this across the city. If you look at Troy Sambu, we're already 60% in creating the park near TRM. We have designed Waithaka People's Park in Dagoretti South constituency. Work will begin soon. We have plans to also do Kamkunji grounds, because it is huge. We'll leave one for the politics, but another side across for a beautiful park, So if you want a political rally, Kamkunji ground is open, but across that, we want to have a park for recreation. We want to do the same in Jacaranda. Jacaranda is also huge in Embakasi East. We're in talks with the education, because it is under Heritage Technical Teachers College, Heritage Teachers College. It is huge, so they can do one side, pande moja ya siasa, but the rest, let people have these spaces wherever they are. The built environment gives people dignity, and they enjoy. And there are many other parts of the city, even in the estates. We want to be able to have this equipment. That Mheshimiwa Soni, you can have swings and slides in Buruburu within the estates for children to play. Yeah, in Pangani Wahinya, we have swings and slides and all of that you put. Let us not just do brick and mortar, ya barabara, but recreation for our children to also enjoy. It means a lot. So in conclusion, let us recommit ourselves to the preservation and enhancement of this park and other parks in the city. Jivanji as well, we're working on it. City Park is also being handed over from the Kenya Forestry Service. It is coming back to the city. And we're already talking to a lot of players in the private sector for the work that we want to do at City Park. City Park is a place, it's very beautiful. We've seen encroachment, especially on the side along Muthaiga. Everybody who's encroached, just be ready to move, because we're going to remove you. That park belongs to the people of Nairobi. It shall be used for the purpose with which City Park was created, So all of those who've encroached, just do it on your own. So I don't say we have demolished. Just do it yourself. It is easier, because when we come, we're not going to leave until we've restored the park. And it's an advance warning for them to know that everyone who has encroached on City Park, we have the maps, we have the entire dimensions of it, we have the deed plan. Please just start moving, Let us cherish this green jewel in the heart of our city. And this is going to be an amazing place. I was explaining to Waziri Duale, right next over here, we gave permission to Kenha to do an exit of the expressway. When we came into office, people had told us we need an exit. We spoke to Kenha and CS Murkomen. We have an exit of the expressway here that was commissioned recently. Next to it, in what is Green Park, we are doing a convention center, the Nairobi Convention Center, that is going to have conferencing facilities, performance venue. It's going to have hotels. Now you can imagine the positioning of Nairobi as the capital of conventions and conference, MICE, meetings, incentives, conferencing and exhibitions. That when you're doing a convention, somebody knows that from the airport, in 10 minutes, they will be in their hotel room over here. The hotel room is overlooking the most beautiful park. They can walk out and take a walk. They can come in, there'll be a shopping mall. They can do their shopping. If they want to play golf, we're doing a bridge into railway golf. There's a golf course on that side. I mean, which country will compete with Nairobi in terms of conferencing and conventions? No one will compete with the city of Nairobi. So that is our plan. Waziri, I want to really thank you. You have always been available. I have called you many times saying, please, to Malize. And you've always been at hand. You've directed your PS. You've directed the members of the discipline force, of the military. And I know we shall continue walking this journey together. Just for information, pass on to the Public Procurement and Disposal Act. We are going to issue tenders and expression of interest for the business facilities that are here. We have restaurants that need to be run. We need a PPP for people to build a hotel. There's a restaurant, a biosphere restaurant. There's an African restaurant that is part of the plan. There is a Swahili restaurant that is part of the plan. There is a nightclub that is going to be here. We said, we agreed. You kupiga kelele kwa estates muache. Come here. You can come here and scream until the cows come home. You know? Because that is the zone. Sherehe mfanyie hapa. So also whoever wants to build that club on that side can be able to come and build it, because we want to bring back entertainment into the CBD. Before it used to be here, CBD and Baricho Road and parts of Westlands. And so that is going to be done in a very transparent way. You know, the boat, you know, running the boat is a business. Yeah, somebody will have to run that. You know, and part of it, it will take some time, because we're going to drain this entire pond soon. We have to drain it so that we can concrete it, so that it is clear water. Yeah, so that is part of what is the pending works, so that even the boat ride you can enjoy. We have a lily pond on that side. We want to see ducks, you know, ducks floating over here on this water. As it is, you cannot have life because of the ground, ni mchanga ambayo inatokea. So tunashukuru kwa hayo mengi sana. Allow me to invite waziri wetu Adan Duale, tumpigeni makofi as he comes to address us.
Please. Have your seat, please. His Excellency the Nairobi Governor Sakaja, our Principal Secretary, Mr. Patrick Mariro, the Vice Chief of Defense Forces, Lieutenant General Kahariri, the man in charge of personnel and logistics, General David Keter, Brigadier Sokobe in charge of infrastructure, and the whole of our team, our architects, our engineers, our technical team, members of the County Assembly of Nairobi, County CEC, our Deputy Governor, members of the General Officers, Senior Officers, the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I will not say much because now I'm not like the governor. So I am always now limited in what I say. But today marks a very significant moment in our city's history as we gather here to witness the handover of Uhuru Park and Central Park to the people and the leadership of Nairobi County. Looking back at the journey to transform the parks that we have just toured, this project began when the Ministry of Defense was tasked with the rehabilitation of Uhuru and Central Parks. This project was to be implemented jointly with then Nairobi Metropolitan City on behalf of Nairobi County. The venture was part of a larger effort to restore the image and the splendor of Nairobi, famously known as the Green City in the Sun. These efforts have in the past included the now famous Honorable John Michuki Memorial Conservation Park, also known as the Mazingira Park. And in this regard, it was observed that the quality of the facilities in Uhuru and Central Parks have become dilapidated over time to the point where they were no longer functional. Additional monuments, including the iconic Nyayo Monument and the water features, by then were vandalized. And this situation was very, very bad, and it became a concern to the national government. There was no security at the parks, even at Mazingira, and I'm sure the governor and his team know what used to go on at Mazingira. So the national government intervened in March of 2022, and the Ministry of Defense was called upon to take the lead in these recovery efforts. The rehabilitation of the parks was geared towards enhancing our visitors' experience by ensuring the park meets global acceptable standards. And I think that's why I used yesterday the opportunity I had at the Senate that if we have to, and I told the Senate yesterday that I was a founder member of one of the largest party in the country called ODM in 2005. And we have done many rallies here and many other parties. One time the governor was our chairman of TNA, URP, and a coalition. And I said that I need to confess here even that now that the governor is and the MCAs are practitioners, political practitioners, we rarely have control over our rank and file of our supporters. So I'm just giving the governor a hint that if we have to maintain the global park standards, then we have to look for another space for the other good citizens of this country, the leadership, that they can come to the park, but when they want to do a rally, including the ruling party and the opposition, that we can't have our cake and eat it. We can't have a good park and have people who can destroy it in 6 hours. You know, when the emotions run high, and Baba says, people get excited, and even other leaders. So, and I'm happy the governor has said Kamkunji will be available, and many other spaces will be available. So my statement was, and I think the Senate agreed with me. At the end of my session, including the Senator for Nairobi, the Senate agreed with me, and they said, you are right. And I even asked them, Parliament is a neighbor to the park. I told them in the evening you can walk here and walk and jog and do your exercise, and even I'll ask the governor to do an MOU with the Parliament. You know, they can bring their visitors. Speakers come here, committees come from other places. So we must maintain it. And the works undertaken in this park include the creation, the improvement, and the sprucing up of green spaces, gardens, and the lawns. And this was in line with the government quest to plant, this government's policy to plant 15 million trees under the tree planting initiative. Of particular interest to me is the innovation of the culturally symbolic Nyatiti water feature, which is meant to host artistic events, construction of the walkways, the jogging tracks, and the installation of the adequate pictorial lighting that will go a long way in not only easing the movement in the park, but will also improve security. We have provided, because security is very critical, both for the county security and for the National Police Service. So in Central Park, we have a facility that we'll put, because we want the citizens, our daughters, our children, our sons, our parents, when they are in the park, they must be secure. So we have a police post in Central Park, and we'll ask the governor to go and do another MOU with the National Police Service, that he establishes a specific team that will be there. So that from the entrance, the CCTV cameras, the county security, the National Police Service, those people who will come will feel safe and secure. And Governor, I want to assure you that this function we are doing because we are cognizant of Article 187. We are, particularly the Kenya Defense Forces and Ministry of Defense, our mandate, our duty is well stipulated in the Constitution. Ours is to make sure we protect the nation, we protect our sovereignty and our independence and the security of our nation. And that's why you saw, and you see, since this government came to power, the incidents of insecurity and terror has gone down. We have no business running a park. You'll never see us here. In fact, even the the MOU we have signed, after 2 months, if you say you are happy with the work, these great people, they have a lot to do. They have a lot of work to do. They need to go and draw designs for our new bases in Turkana, in Marsabit. But when we are called upon under Article 241 B and C to assist other agencies, to assist county governments, to assist the national government, this is what defense forces do across, even in the US. We have, and that's why in our ranks, in Kenya Defense Forces, you'll find every expertise. If you want to train your people in the office to know how to do very good catering and good food, we have a catering department. You just send us, we'll take them to our Embakasi garrison facility. We have got TVETs, we have got medical training schools. We have now your top leadership should join our National Defense College for strategic leadership. We train Kenya Revenue Authority, their students from the immigration, from foreign affairs. So when we are called upon, we will work with you, Governor. We cherish this city. We have, and we want to thank you. We have the biggest facility and garrisons in Nairobi. You host huge number of our forces and our facilities, from Langata to Kahawa to Embakasi, in Karen, here at DOD headquarters. So we cherish counties that host our facilities, and our troops are our best of partners. So the collaboration between our forces and the county government of Nairobi is a momentous relationship. It shows the power of unity and the limitless potential of partnership that we can do in terms of service to our citizens. I also want to commend the contractor and the team that worked here for demonstrating flexibility and ability to innovate, delivering the right deadlines without compromising on quality. As I hand over this park, beautifully restored, rejuvenated, let us not only see them as physical spaces, but as symbols of hope, unity, and progress. These parks are not just green spaces. They are sanctuaries of peace and tranquility in the heart of our bustling city. They are reminders of the beauty that lies with our communities and the importance of preserving our heritage. I will be one of the people who will come and walk at night here. I love walking in a place like this. You know, I tell people that I don't mind and I don't think more about my bedroom, but I invest a lot in the garden outside my house. How many people go to my bedroom? But everybody who comes to my house sees the garden, the trees, the fruits. So I tell people, don't bother much about some places where it's only you and maybe 2-3 people. But the image, when you come out, the image that people see, and a lot of people will tell you, oh yeah, this house is beautiful. The architect will do the outer. But when they see, one old Indian, a friend of mine, one day came to my house and he said, I want to bring you something, and please don't reject. So I was wondering what he was bringing. Then he brought me about 10 fruit trees. And he told me, I want you to plant this orange, mango, papaw. So I asked him why, and he says, now I'm 70, I've retired. And when I walk out in the morning, I don't go to the market to buy fruits. I go to in my own compound, I pick an orange, I pick an avocado, I pick this. So this is a very, very beautiful. Serena will now have more clients. Serena, the people in Serena, after the whole day workshop, they will walk to the park. You saw in 2008, Kofi Annan was walking, but the park was not a good place to come. So he had to walk around up to OP and then came back. The hotel you're going to build, Parliament, the University of Nairobi. And I was even telling Senate yesterday that now with the free Wi-Fi, some people will leave their offices over lunch hour. They will come with their laptops and they'll do, if the benches are there, they'll do their work from there. They can make few calls. And I'm sure with the fast food, don't allow big restaurants. Just allow fast food restaurants. Maybe a big, a nice, fine dining restaurant, maybe in Central Park, where Serena guests can come in and other people can come in. But here, I think people who come to the park, they usually just need fast food. So, Governor, we are very proud, and I'm sure it's under your leadership that this was achieved, and the people of Nairobi and even generations to come, they will say, this park was done not by KDF. This park was done during Governor Sakaja's leadership. And to this end, today, the Minister of Defense and the county, this MOU we're signing is not. I told the Senate yesterday, oh, where is the MOU? I told them, you can come here today. The MOU is just to secure our presence. As Kenya Defense Forces, we must have a legal framework. We cannot be in a space where there is no protection. So this MOU is just telling our officers, securing them, as they work with the governor and his team in a transition, during a transition period, so that they will tell you, this is how we did this is where the water is, this is where the pump is, this is where the electricity connectivity is. And I'm sure once you are happy with them, you can please bring them back. Tell us they come back, they have a lot of work to do. But I'm sure even the work they will do here will be not 24/7, they will just guide your team. In conclusion, I once again thank Nairobians, both Nairobi and county governments, the governor and the county assembly for their support, patience, and perseverance while the facility was closed. The patience has paid dividends, and today we celebrate not just the completion of the project, but the beginning of a new chapter in Nairobi history. The green city in the sun is back, a chapter where collaboration, innovation, and shared vision pave the way for a brighter future for all who call this city home. Let us continue to harness the full potential of our nation's capability for the good of our citizens, always striving for excellence, unity, and progress. Thank you. And finally, Governor, we want to thank you. You are very patient. We had many meetings at Defense Headquarters. There were many days we came here. And please take care of this facility. And allow me and the generals led by General Ogola that sometimes we can come back and have a cup of tea. We hosted you here for 2 years. Yeah, and we allowed you to come. So please tell your people, if your friends come, sometimes, you know, to access our place is very strict. So sometimes I can tell somebody, let's meet here at Uhuru Park, and you tell me what you want to tell me. So this is a very good facility. And then I really want you also, maybe once everything is complete, you organize a big function. We bring the president. In a month's time, you bring the president, so that the people of Kenya, the people of Nairobi City know the park now is open. And I want to confirm to everybody that today, Kenya Defense Forces, the Minister of Defense, we have handed over the park back to the owners. Park management, even the security of park is not our mandate. Yes, so going forward, you'll talk to the National Police Service. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, CSR, for your Vice Counsel and the Honorable Governor. At this moment, sir, we want to witness the signing of the MOU. This will be done by the PS and the County Secretary. Please come over. Witnesses, please. Mutuma and who? Oh, you are here. Mutuma, come, please. Yes. Sit.
Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu. Kenya tunayoipenda. Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu. Kenya tunayoipenda. Kenya yetu tunayoipenda. Twajivunia sana tukijiita wa Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Twajivunia sana tukijiita wa Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Kenya nchi yenye baraka. hatutaiacha. Kenya makao yetu ni nchi ya usalama, kamwe hatutaiacha. Kamwe hatutaiacha. Anayependa Kenya ni yule mwenye kupenda haki kwa watu wote. Anayependa Kenya ni yule mwenye kupenda haki kwa watu wote. Haki kwa watu wote.
Sir, sir, and Your Excellency the Governor, please countersign. It's now your turn. Then we take a photo once you are done, sir. Thank you so much. Session of photo. Sir, you are serious, Honorable. Your Excellency, you can sign the MOUs. Thank you, sir. We can take now a photo for remembrance purposes.
Okay, thank you. People of the press, I would like you now to move with us to the walk path. Check. Yeah. Yes, mtapata. No, these are guys. That's the background. Oh. So we do both. Yeah. You want to take one? Well, they're doing both. They're going to do both. We have to do one on the left and one on the right. Araksheni, please. The CDF. Thank you.